Doing well. So if you guys are watching live with me, please say hello. I would love to hear from you and say hi right back to you. And then if you're watching on the replay, just hashtag replay, and then I will make sure that I come back on later and say hi to you then. I'm just going to bring up my video here so I can see you guys. Okay, so big things are happening this week. It is a very big week for those of us who are in my book collaboration, Imperfectly Perfect, 10 Inspirational Stories of Self-Love and Self-Discovery. Our book is coming out tomorrow. It is going to be released in paperback and ebook tomorrow, which is October 27th, 2022. We are so excited to share our journeys with you, to share our stories of healing, share our stories of struggle, and share our stories of hope. And so with that being said, today what I wanted to do is to come on here and just describe to you the journey that led me to putting this book collaboration out into the world and kind of what led me here. Because I think it's always important in our journeys to reflect upon how we got to these certain milestones in our life, these certain moments of celebration, of feelings of just being excited and empowered and successful in achieving something that we sought out to achieve, right? So, with that being said, this journey, of course, is a I feel like it is a journey of my entire life that has gotten me to this moment. But as I kind of started to step into my own true self, as I started to do a lot of inner healing through coaching, through mentoring, through my yoga practice, I started to connect to a version of myself that was a more healed version, was a more confident version. And throughout my journey of leaving diet culture, of really connecting to that self-love piece that I know is so important, and I surround my business with self-love. Something that I discovered along the way is that as we share our stories, a lot of healing takes place. And I don't think I was even prepared for the amount of healing that not only myself, but the women who were chosen to be on this journey with me. So the journey that led me here really started when I started that healing and when I opened up my business, Martina Health and Wellness. So when I did that and really came to this place of self-love and connection to the body and connection to the mind, the spirit, the soul, all those different levels of connection, I really realized that there needed to be a community of people that could share this similar journey. Because I know for me, my self-love journey, there were often times where it felt really lonely. Like I felt alone in my journey of like, I'm the only one feeling this way. I'm the only one that has gone through this, like the woe is me type of mentality. And I didn't want to feel that way. I wanted to have other women beside me in my journey to celebrate, to vent to cry to share, celebrations, small victories, aha moments, all these things. And so that's when I created a Facebook group, is how this all started. So I created a Facebook group. At the time, it was called Imperfectly Perfect, Accept and Respect Your Body. It has since then morphed into Self-Love at Any Size, which if you're not in my community, you should be. The link to join is in the description of the video. Plug that in there quick. So when I created that community and started inviting in like close family and friends, and then it kind of started to grow from there, and my connections grew from there. And I would have different women in to share their stories. And as I kind of did that, I came to this realization of that. And, I think I always knew this, and sorry for the rambling. I am totally off scripted today, and I just wanted to be real with you guys. I didn't realize at the time how powerful it was for women to share their stories. that so many women would get emotional telling their stories. They would kind of reflect back on, you know what, I have come so far, or you know what, that was really hard, but here I am standing here with you today. And so as I would either interview other women within my community, or we would share different prompts to kind of get us thinking about our self-love journeys, I realized the importance of sharing our stories, the importance of, you know, putting that out into the universe and almost releasing it into the universe. So when I, you know, I think it was over a span of 2 years, I really started to ponder the fact of like, we all have these beautiful stories to share, these moments of struggle that we have overcame, these dark times that we have been able to step into the light and away from the dark. And so as I kind of would sit with these women in my communities and within my coaching containers and my courses and programs and all these different areas that I would be listening to what people were saying, a really common theme was that people needed that safe community. They needed that safe space to release their stories to. And so as I was listening to all that and just kind of thinking of like, okay, what are some other ways that I can help support these women in sharing their stories and getting out their message and releasing the things that they need to. And, you know, one of the things, so then it came to the point that I'm like, I'm going to do a book collaboration. I had already published a couple, like my children's book and a couple journals and stuff like that. And I was ready to publish something of, you know, a little more substance. So, I had a big vision for Imperfectly Perfect. So I knew what the title was going to be right away. I was just really, I feel like Imperfectly Perfect is so beautiful when it comes to all of the stories within the book. It really speaks to everybody's journeys being imperfect and us stepping into the realization that we too are imperfect, and that regardless of our flaws or our imperfections, that we all come to this common theme of that we are imperfectly perfect, just as we are with the scars, with the wounds, with all of these things. It makes up this beautiful version of ourselves that we currently are in. So with that being said, that is where the title came from for me. And originally I had wanted 22 women in the book collaboration. It was something that I was like, I want 22. That's my magic number. But throughout that process, I realized that for me, my first book collaboration, it wasn't really realistic. So I, you know, came to a point of 11 women. And so we had 11 women. And throughout the journey, something really profound that happened is that some of the women who originally wanted to be in there and wanted to say yes, just realized that it wasn't the right time. And that was something I wasn't prepared for as doing this journey with these women. And a lot of the women struggled a lot, like me included. As we would write our stories, I think something I also wasn't prepared for is how much energy it takes to write your story, how much of your heart you need to heal as you're writing your story, how much emotion comes up as you're writing your story. It really became such a process of each of us really diving into such raw parts of our stories, parts of ourselves that we maybe hadn't really healed fully from. And as we came back to those versions and that part of our story, it became really raw again. And so something I've noticed for myself, and I think I can speak for some of the other authors, is that it was really hard. It was really challenging. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy to write those words on paper. And for that, I am so proud of each of the 10 women who ended up being in the story, but I'm also proud of the women who weren't able to say yes, who had to decide for them it wasn't something that was honoring their best interest, or it didn't align for them in this moment. And those women, if they are listening or if they watch this later, I hope that they know that I am just as proud of each of you as I am the ones who made it into the book. It doesn't mean that your story isn't worthy, that you aren't worthy, that you aren't valuable. It just means that it didn't align for you right now, and that's okay. And, I think that's with all of the things that we either align to do or don't align to do. It doesn't make us less worthy. It doesn't make us less loved. It is what it is, right? And so that's a part of the journey that I wasn't expecting either. But I really do hope that through the process, everyone felt supported and loved, because that's really my intention in all of the work that I do. So with that little sidebar, I think the conclusion of that is that it really did take so much healing for all of us to put these words on paper, and then this next step of sharing them with the world starting tomorrow. These words will be released into the world for all of us. Whoever this book is meant for will find its way to them, and the words that are on the paper will hopefully resonate with them in a way that makes them feel inspired and empowered, and all that amazing stuff. So the book is launching tomorrow, like I haven't already said. We are so excited to share it with you guys. It has been such a journey, but I feel like, despite of the struggles we went through, the healing we had to go through throughout the process, the extended deadlines, all this stuff really led us to such a beautiful place. And a beautiful place in respect to these women. I know I've gotten to know all these women a lot more than I did 10 months ago. And just the sense of pride, that is really the word that keeps coming out for me, is just being so proud of each of the women who had anything to do with this project, whether you said yes or said no or said maybe, or, any aspect of the journey that you were a part of. I'm just so proud of each of you. And so with that being said, you guys, as the listeners, as the readers of our book, that as it comes out tomorrow, I hope that you feel the emotions that we've poured into these pages, and that I hope that it brings you empowerment and inspiration. So with that being said, that really was the journey that got us here. In this book, there's authors from all over the place. We have 3 authors from Canada, and the rest are all in the States. I would need to do a map of where everybody's from, because I feel like in my head I know, but then to get it on paper would be really cool. So that's maybe something I'll do for myself this week. So anyway, we are having an online book launch tomorrow starting at 8 a.m. And you'll be seeing some excitement building in that online book launch throughout the day. And we'll be posting links and all that stuff, and live videos and giveaways and all that stuff. So please make your way over to the online book launch event. We would love to have you in there. And aside from that, it's just kind of this feeling of peace, knowing that we did it. It's crazy to be at this moment. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope you will pick up a copy of our book and be inspired by the pages. And so that's all I had for you guys today. I will, of course, be all over the place tomorrow celebrating as we launch our book. And I hope you guys have the best day, and we will talk to you very soon. Take care. Bye.